Hello and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. On behalf of OTC Markets, we are very pleased you have joined us for our Australian Rare Earths and Critical Minerals Conference. Our next presentation of the day is from Red Mountain Mining. Please note you may submit questions for the presenter in the questions box. You can also view a company's availability for a one-on-one meeting by clicking Book a Meeting in the top toolbar. At this point, I'm very pleased to hand it over to Nick Matich, VP of Corporate Development of Red Mountain Mining, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol RMXFF and on the ASX under the symbol RMX. Welcome, Nick.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for attending and providing the opportunity to present to you on Red Mountain Mining, a dual-listed ASX and OTC gold and critical minerals explorer and developer. Red Mountain's focus is to develop its pipeline of antimony projects which are located in the Tier 1 jurisdictions of Australia and the US. In doing so, Red Mountain aims to become a part of the secure supply chain of this critical mineral into US industries. Red Mountain Mining is led by Mr. Lincoln Liu, who has worked in the Australian equities market for over 15 years. His experience includes trading, equities research, and investment bankings. Mr. Liu is the founder of Sydney-based corporate advisory firm Bay Financial, servicing growth companies in the mining and technology sectors. Lincoln is then further supported by a team of subject matter experts based in Australia and the US. Before discussing the Red Mountain investment thesis, I'll provide a brief primer on antimony. Antimony is classified as a critical mineral primarily because it is essential for modern industry. It is difficult to substitute and has supply chain risks. Its key uses relate to national security, energy technologies, and industrial performance. Antimony is utilized in the semiconductor industry and advanced electronics, finding use in infrared detectors, night vision systems, high-speed electronics, and advanced sensor systems. Defense and military applications include the use in ammunition as a lead hardener and in armor-piercing rounds. This dual civil military end use cases are why antimony supply is considered a national security issue in many developed countries, especially post-September and December 2024, when China initially put export controls on antimony and then subsequently banned the export of antimony to the US in particular. Now the question is, why does China banning exports to the US matter? Well, 90% of global supply is controlled by three countries, China, Russia, and Tajikistan, which creates a geopolitical supply risk to the US and its Western allies. In response to these export bans, the US government has added antimony to the critical minerals list, and through the US Department of Defense, but also directly, is now funding projects both domestically and in Australia, where $1 billion has been committed to the sector. Red Mountain management saw an opportunity in late 2024 when the initial export controls were put in place. Armed with a simple yet very effective acquisition thesis, they began acquiring prospective and proven antimony projects proximal to and with similar geological settings to existing antimony projects. An analogy that I like to use is that not only did Red Mountain buy in the best suburb, but also bought in the best street. Red Mountain's strategy began with the acquisition of the Armidale Antimony Project in New South Wales, Australia, and the portfolio now includes the Utah Antimony Project in Antimony Canyon District, Utah, among others. This strategy has been very successful, as evidenced in the chart on this slide, with shareholders being rewarded with growth of approximately 338% in September alone. Red Mountain is now capitalized at $15.6 million and adequately funded, having completed a well-supported capital raise in October 2025, which included participation by several of the top shareholders of Idaho Resources. Red Mountain's strategy over the next 12 months is to develop its portfolio of critical minerals projects via considered and targeted exploration techniques, and to potentially expand the portfolio to include complementary and strategically located projects. In concert with this, the company is working with funding partners who are eager to join Red Mountain in developing a reliable and secure antimony supply chain into the US. Red Mountain's antimony journey began in late 2024 with the acquisition of the Armidale Antimony Gold Project in New South Wales, Australia. The project is located in the southern New England, Oregon, which is Australia's premier antimony province. Armidale is adjacent to Idaho Resources Hillgrove Project, the largest known antimony deposit in Australia. The 2025 exploration program has delivered standout results thus far from Oakey Creek, East Hills, and Horsley, which included spectacular rock chips up to 39.3% antimony and 1.09 grams per ton gold. It also delivered coherent multi-kilometre soil anomalies, newly uncovered stibnite-rich zones, and ultramafic bodies capable of hosting significant gold systems. This exploration success has been followed up with further fieldwork, including additional soil and rock chip sampling, with the goal of a maiden drilling program to fully test the most prospective prospects in the first half of 2026. Now, to further advance Red Mountain's critical minerals expansion, several US domiciled projects were acquired in the third quarter of this year. These projects include the Utah, Yellow Pine, and Silver Dollar antimony projects. These projects, located in Utah and Idaho respectively, are all again in well-known historical mining districts and share many similar geological features to adjacent major antimony projects. The Utah project itself is strategically positioned, located in the historic antimony mining district, where antimony was first discovered in 1879, with mining occurring from the late 1880s through to early 1900s. Project sits along strike from Trig Minerals' Antimony Canyon project, where channel sampling has returned standout grades up to 33.2% antimony. The project boasts an exploration target of 12.8 to 15.6 million tonnes at 0.75 to approximately 1.5% antimony. It is understood that mineralization in the district is controlled by north-south trending faults linked to the Point Seguin fault, which provided pathways for hydrothermal fluids to generate stibnite-rich vein and stockwork systems with favourable horizons on the Flagstaff Formation, a horizontal sedimentary stratigraphic layer. Importantly, these structures and the host stratigraphy are interpreted to continue beneath shallow cover directly into Red Mountain's claims, giving the company compelling potential to uncover extensions to the high-grade systems already defined to the north in Trig's claims. The Red Mountain team has undertaken a review of historic and modern exploration data, with initial fieldwork underway at the moment. Now moving to Idaho, Red Mountain's Yellow Pine antimony project is located less than 2 kilometres from Perpetual Resources' world-class stibnite gold antimony project, which is the largest known antimony deposit in the United States, containing an estimated 4.8 million ounces of gold and 149 million pounds of antimony. The project sits on similar structural corridors and prospective geology that have produced nearly 40,000 tonnes of antimony historically. Red Mountain's claims contain folded metasediments intruded by the Idaho batholith granites and are cut by a major potentially mineralized fault zone. Early reconnaissance has identified historical workings in the claims and confirmed the presence of the same style of mineralization that underpins the nearby multi-million ounce and pound reserves. Now, the final project I would like to present is the Silver Dollar Mine, an historic antimony mine located in Idaho as well. As the saying goes, to find a new mine, look in the shadow of the headframe of an old or existing mine. And this is exactly what this is, a historical mine with an average grade of 17.7% antimony. This prospect will be mapped and sampled to determine potential drill targets in the upcoming exploration season. To bolster Red Mountain's entry into the US, the company has engaged several high-profile partners in country, including Alice Martin, who provides the company with significant investor base with which to market to, Hall Chadwick for regulatory support, and Mr. David Batista to provide transaction and corporate advice. Hopefully, the prospectivity of Red Mountain's critical minerals portfolio is evident, and that the company's strategic plan, coupled with strong government regulatory tailwinds, provides you, the investor, with a strong investment thesis. The recent listing on the OTC provides a pathway for US investment, and one which I encourage you to take up. I look forward to you joining the register. Please feel free to reach out on any of the contact details provided here. Thank you. Got a few questions here, which is great to see from the audience. First one is, why is there the focus on Australia and the US? Well, there's two, to answer that question, it's a great one, and there's a twofold answer to that. One is Red Mountain's an exploration company, and as I said in the presentation, you want to buy in the right suburb, but also the right street. The US and Australia are well endowed with antimony. They are mining friendly. and the potential to turn a greenfields exploration project or a brownfields exploration project in an operating mine is real. The second leg to that answer, I guess, is that there's a lot of government support from both Australia and the US. There's ready commerce and trade between the two countries. Both countries are supportive of critical minerals projects, and essentially you're getting tailwinds not from not only investors but also from the regulatory bodies, which bodes well for a listed company going, moving these projects forward. Hope that one clears that up. Next one is, are you looking at any projects in particular? Well, that's an interesting one. Obviously, we can't talk about any specifics. However, the company is continually reviewing complementary projects. Obviously, the US and Australia are the preferred jurisdictions at this stage. And again, we can't go into specifics, but the company is it's an exploration company with a stated goal of expanding the portfolio into complementary projects, and I think that's where we probably as much as I can say on that one. Next one is, when we announce results from Armidale. Yes. So there was a soil sampling program that finished in September that focused on several of the prospects in the Armidale project, obviously the antimony gold projects. Now, typical turnaround times from the labs in Australia at the moment are anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. So we're coming up on about the 8-week mark for when we should be receiving these assay results. So look, I'd have to say that those results are imminent. Hopefully they'll be, they'll reward shareholders, and I guess we'll just wait and see what the geology provides us. So thank you for that. Look, we'll feel free, as I said, to reach out on our email addresses and ask as many questions as you want. We're an open book and look forward to engaging with our US investor base. Thank you.